Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm creating this game. Let's see what we're gonna do now. Let's start the game. This is something that I will remove. Okay, let's talk about what I already have here. I have a city manager. The city manager has a lot of AFK stuff that I can do. I can upgrade these. This is all placeholders. I can upgrade these, and then these, and then these, so on and so forth. I have this thing here that I can't use right now, but it's like a city builder. Still needs some fixing. I have army and war that I can use to. It's like a Travian war system. Let me just. I think I have a stream open. Like a Travian war system. I also have a gacha system here that I can pull characters from. It's already working. I have. What else? I have a shop. I can buy stuff. What else? Oh, I have this. I have a mission system. Okay, the shop is bugged. That's interesting, because that's a good thing to fix right now. So I need to fix the shop. Let me see my code. My code merchant. Location merchant. So my location merchant is bugged. Let me see if I can fix it. Let's see what's the issue here. The issue currently is in my location merchant, whenever I open it, it stays on top of the other screens. When I click in anywhere else, the right behavior should be it to go away. I already have other screens that behave properly, like the gacha screens. So the gacha screens are the barracks. So if I go to the barracks, which is location, let me close all of those. Location barracks. Location barracks has the solution. So okay. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to use the same logic that I had on location barracks to fix location merchant. Yes. Okay. Let me see if I have a way to do it. So it's location merchant and location barracks. This is RenPy. I'm using RenPy, but I have so much code already that's don't even look like RenPy anymore, because RenPy is for visual novels. But I'm using it anyway, because I'm gonna use the visual novel system just to make the storytelling and stuff like that. So it's fine. What I did here, just so you can understand what I'm doing, is I'm using like a cursor thing, alright, Claude and stuff like that, AI. So since I already have had that solution on location barracks, I gave location barracks to the AI, and I said, in location barracks you have the solution. Please use the same solution in location merchant. So my prompt exactly was, in my location merchant, whenever I open it, it stays on top of the other screens. When I click in anywhere else, the right behavior should be it go away. I already have other screens that behave properly, like the gacha screen, in location barracks. Please fix the merchant screen so it closes properly whenever I go somewhere else. And by doing that, the AI has a clear picture. The AI said the location barracks and location merchant screens are structurally identical in how they are defined. Both have mode of false, Z order, and frame. The problem is that the merchant screen doesn't hide itself when a nav button navigates to another screen. The barracks screen works because it's likely hidden explicitly by whatever nav action opens the merchant or another screen. The fix is to add a transparent button covering the left nav strip that hides the merchant when clicked. The same dismiss on outside click pattern, but more robustly, the screen should also use unshow on hide, or the nav buttons should hide location merchant. Looking more carefully, the real fix is adding a full screen transparent dismiss area behind the merchant frame. Let me check. Now I have everything I need. The fix is straightforward. Okay. It gave me another location merchant code, so I can copy it and paste it in my current code, and then I can reload the script and see if it works. So it's merchant, and then I need to click somewhere else, and it worked. Okay, merchant, and then I clicked somewhere else, and it worked. So getting back to what I already have, I have this mission system that I can grab characters and send them, dispatch them on missions, and they will appear in my active expeditions here. I can do this over and over again. See? And what I can do is, since I always love to have auto assign in every feature, because it gets boring with time, so I can just auto assign everything, and it's gonna grab my characters and put them where they belong. Okay, I don't have enough for this. I also have this. This is a cheat. I'm gonna use this to grab some coins and show something else. So how the gacha system works here, you can see I have a lot of Greta Snowblades here, and whenever I get a copy of a card that I already have, it levels up. So it's level 2, level 3, level 4, 5, 6, 7. This is level 2 because I have 2, and those 3 are new. Yes. And then if I go to missions again, you can see I have some upgraded cards here. You can see level 2, level 2. There must be a level 7. Yeah, this one is the Greta Snowblade. Make sure you know there's a lot of placeholder images here. These are not the images for the final game. As you can see, I have a small version of a character and then a older version of the same character here. So this is not Greta Snowblade. Greta Snowblade is another character. My idea is I had to put all those images here so I can visualize. Then I'm gonna put the final images eventually. Okay. So let me see. I can auto assign again, and yeah, I just auto assigned everything I could. Okay, the merchant, just making sure it's working properly. The only thing that I think it's strange is when I click on missions, it's going to this screen. Why? Okay, so let me explain this. Okay, It's almost there. When I'm in the merchant, and I click on missions in the left panel, it should go to missions. Instead, it is going to management slash Alistair for no reason. Any idea why? I'd need to see the files that handle the left panel and the mission screen diagnose. Could you share? Yes, I could. So they want me to share the left panel. This is the left panel. I also can share the top bar. This is the top bar. Okay, found it. Every single nav button in the left panel is hiding location barracks before showing the next screen, but when you are in the merchant, location barracks isn't open, so hide location barracks does nothing, and then show mission screen fires. The real problem is all nav buttons only hide location barracks, never location merchant, so Okay. Wait, you said it's going management at the stair instead of missions. Let me check. Now I can see the full picture. The previous full screen dismiss button was at and covered the entire screen, including the left nav panel. Whatever. So it fixed my location merchant again. Let's see if it works now. The left panel should have location merchant as well. Okay, so I'm gonna fix this. I was showing the stuff, so I have the inventory screen. The inventory screen is very interesting. I have auto equip here. The idea is I have 10 slots, right? Each slot's an item, and each item gives 4 cards to a deck from the player. So for example, I have those cards here, and these are added by the items. I'm gonna get more items so I can show this properly. Let me get Mega Scavenge. So I got 100 items in my inventory now. Whoa, it's calculating. Yeah, now I can auto equip. As I said before, these are placeholders. This should be items and not characters, but the idea is basically I just want to see what I'm doing. So I have all these cards here. Each card, like I said, is adding 4 and maybe 3 cards to my deck. I can check the deck here in the card pool. Should be working. It is working. And then, okay, as you can see, I have all these cards equipped. And if I go now to the hunt screen, I can kill one of those. This gameplay is very much based on Slay the Spire, but a bit different because it's, for now, it's a duo. I don't have one against a lot of units for now, and it's very much in the beginning of the system. But I'm gonna kill this Blackwood guy here just so you guys can see. The idea here is I can play like Slay the Spire, so I can just, like for example, Crimson Ascendancy. Protocol on gaining tourist, also gain patch and draw 1. Consume 2 tourist and heal 8 HP. Deal 6 damage, cannot be blocked. Deal damage cannot be blocked. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Yeah. You see, I tossed the card. I'm gonna play auto so you can see the animations. The idea here is whenever I play a card, I toss the card in the enemy. Whenever he attacks me, he should have an animation of him tossing a card on me. But I think I'm on the same turn, right? I'm not. Oh my god, I already killed him. It's because this deck is overpowered because I got all the legendary items. Let me do this again. Let me dev, and I can heal myself, and I can hunt again. And Blackwood. Okay, auto. I just wanna see. Sorry, I just wanna see if the enemy is attacking me, but he isn't. He isn't attacking me. I need to fix this. Okay. Let me just fix the left panel first. Left panel. Now I can reload the script, and I'm gonna see if the merchant is consistent. Okay, the idea is I can open the merchant, and if I click on missions, it's gonna open missions. Yes, that's right. It worked. Now I left mission, and for some reason when I leave missions it's always getting to this specific screen. But it's fine. No problem, I can fix that later on. I think I'm gonna have another screen here, not just this one. Okay, so what's the second thing that I was thinking about? Okay, the hunt. The hunt is, it's an issue that okay, this is the animation that's not working properly. So I'm gonna grab my my code for the animation, which is animation. It's called hunt animations, and there's another code that is specifically for the enemy attacking me, which is, if I'm not mistaken, let me see here, something like toss card. It's not toss card. What's the name of it? Sort by date modified. It's not here, it's on the bottom. Offline progress, hunt battle card hurl. Yes, this one. I'm having an issue with this animation code. This is from my hunt system. Right now, my animation is working perfectly. My character, when attacking, toss cards in the enemy. But my enemy animation that was working previously somewhat mysteriously stopped working. Can you help me? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give all the hunt related codes. Hunt state. What else? Hunt screens. Hunt manager. Yeah. But I think the problem is in hunt animations and card hurl. I'm just making sure there's not two problems. Okay, what else I have here? I have this. So this is to play music. Let me just make it right. I should put that on the speakers and then more volume, right? It's too little. Anyway.
Now I don't know where.
So this idea here is I have a whole playlist here and I can pick whatever I want to hear.
They don't wear a hood or a comic book grin. Their evil is tailored and woven in. It's in the polite delay of the crucial aid.
I'm gonna have to fix this.
In the contract clause where hope is flayed.
Anyway, let me stop this. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm fixing the enemy animation. For some reason it's not working. The enemy should be attacking me. While that's going on, what else I have? I already showed this, I showed the army and war thing. The idea here, let me auto assign. The idea here is I have these generals that I pull from the gacha system, and I can use them in my army. I can use 40 of them in my army, and they have the following thing. So they have stats. At least that's how they should be working. I think they are not working properly right now, but how they should be working is they have stats and they have levels. So the attack bonus that my generals would give me are a sum of those values. So it's 2 plus 8 plus 4 plus 10. 2 plus 8 is 10, 10, 24. So this character only would give me 24% attack bonus. So this is all wrong. I need to know why it's not calculating it properly. But the idea is you upgrade the characters, you get better characters, and then you do better in war. And you also have the troops that you, of course it's placeholder again, the image is placeholder, but you have the troops that you can buy that would also increase your attack. So this the troops are the base attack and the generals are the bonus attack. And then you could find targets. What the fuck? Okay. So this is an issue. So when I click on attack and I click on find targets, instead of finding the targets, it's going somewhere else. God damn, it's just a lot of bugs. Okay, but let me fix the hunt animations first. So I have the hunt animations, and here I have hunt animations. Hunt animations, yeah. Then I can put this here and I can save, and now I'm gonna reload script and I'm gonna test, because this was working previously. This was working perfectly. Okay, I'm gonna go Blackwood again and auto He was supposed to be okay, he is attacking me. That's good. So as you can see, I'm tossing the cards on him, and he's tossing the cards on me. The damage, the damage thing, it's not the way it should be. It should be just making a mask in the image instead of doing this big red square. But for now it's fine. For now it's fine because this game is, it's not in that phase that I should be refining everything, but it's okay that I already have this feedback here. Talking about this again, this is very much like similar to Slay the Spire. The big difference is I can edit it inside the game, which is something very cool. So I'm gonna show that. So I can go to the game editor. I have all the cards in the game here. So let's say I want to edit this one. Let me see. Okay, I want to edit this one. Scav Opportunism. No, I want to add an attack. Overloaded strike. Okay. What I can do here is I can get this card and I can click on the edit button here or here. For now it's like this, but I'm gonna make this UI better. The idea here is I have this card and I can edit it all I want. So overwhelming high vigor bonus, and no, I don't want this. I want something else. I'm gonna go damage, and I'm gonna go cause triple damage, and then I'm gonna edit this one, and I'm gonna go damage again, and I'm gonna go with let me see. Cure HP based on the damage caused. Okay, so this skill is gonna do damage and is gonna heal based on the damage caused. I can say the type of skill it is, so it's an attack skill, and then I can say the aptitude it's using physical, and the attribute that gives stats to it. The attribute that gives stats to it should be, I think, intimidation. So it's and I'm gonna change the name for menacing strike. So I have this thing here, menacing strike, and I can auto generate the description. So now it's deal massive 3x to non-boss enemies, heal for damage caused. This here, I always have problem with those things, those side scroll bars. And then I can save this. Okay, not being able to localize the file. What the fuck? Why? Yeah, I'm having an issue here, but whatever. Let me test. Yeah, so what this should be doing is it should do 10 damage plus lifesteal. Let me see if it works. Yeah, and yeah, it's doing a lot of, yeah, it's doing 3x, so it's doing 10 damage 3 times. It's very, very strong. Now the enemy is gonna play. Let me end turn, and then I can just boom. Yeah, so it worked. Okay, if I close it, it ends. But the idea of the system is that what I want to do with this is that I can just go here and menacing strike and edit stuff and then save in my system. That's the idea. It's not working properly right now, but what I want is I want it to be saved in my system. Let me see if I restart my code, it's gonna vanish, because as you guys can see, it was there, it was saved. Let's see if it keeps there. I need to have menacing strike in in my game editor. So it's attack and menacing, please, please, please. Should be. Yeah, it didn't work somewhat. Yeah, it's not here. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna get Cove Heat Strike, and I'm gonna call this Menacing Strike. Menacing Strike, because I was having that problem with the save button, right? And then I'm gonna put some keywords there. Double hit, then massive damage, and then I'm gonna put lifesteal. Then it's gonna be physical, it's gonna be intimidation, and I want to save it. Okay, the cost. I need cost. The cost is gonna be 2 because it's very powerful. Save. Type invalid. Oh, I need to choose the type. Type is attack. Auto generate. And then save. Can't find the file. Okay, it's not finding files. So that means if I save a card that doesn't exist, it should generate the file. But anyway, the idea is it should be in the game editor, and it should be here, Menacing Strike, so at least it's here. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna try to edit this, but I'm gonna do a soft edit. I'm not gonna do a big one. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change this to double hit, and then change this to triple hit. Triple hit. Done. I'm not gonna change anything else, and I'm gonna save. Will that work? Yeah, it's not working yet because I'm gonna make this work. But if I press auto here, it's gonna start playing the menacing strikes and stuff like that. Yeah, at least partially, it's partially working. Okay, let's think about this. So what I use to do this is I use the game editor code. It's not hunt. I use the game editor code. Game editor, yes. I also use the keyword metadata. No, I don't use the keyword metadata. What I use here, I use the training room. So and edit card button and card editor screen. That's what I'm using. I'm having an issue with this system. So the idea is instead of coding everything, I can just explain things to the AI, and the AI can do the hard lifting for me, and then I can just do some smaller nitpicky things. I'm having an issue with this system right now. What is happening is when I customize a card, I can't save it. Let me just do the thing. So I can go here, edit, and then I'm gonna do this and save. I get the following error. Here it says whenever I make a new card in this card builder, it should be saved. If I don't have the possibility of overwriting a card that already exists, I should be able to simply create a new one in the database. My database for cards, it's torso cards. Torso cards, this is part of the database. I also have hunt cards. Hunt cards. Let me just say cards. What I'm doing. Torso cards, bond cards, and hunt cards. Not tombo cards. Where are the rest of it? Torso cards, bond cards. I think that's it. Database can be saved in hunt cards, in torso cards, or bond cards, for example. Can you do that fix for me? The idea of this system is I can use the game to edit cards and save them in the code in real time. Now I'm gonna explain why I'm doing this. Why I'm doing all this. Why I'm having all this hassle to do the system is because I want to edit as a game designer. I don't want to enter code to make new content. So my idea is I have this system here that's gonna be very visually appealing. It's not right now. I know it's very complicated right now, but I'm gonna make this UI very easy to use, so I can just make the cards by myself in a very easy way. I had one of the first games that I made in my life had this system. It was made in Unreal Engine, and I always loved this editor tools, like the world map from Warcraft 3, for example. And what I want with this is I want to be able to make content very easy and then patch it into the game. So I would have this tool here that's not available for players, and I can make everything in this tool and I can upload into the game, and the player will be able to use it, and it's much easier than me just coding every single little thing. So what I code here, of course, I code the macros, the keywords. I code all that stuff, but I don't code the card itself because the card is made of pieces, and with all those pieces together, I have a full card. At least that's the idea. That's the idea. And it's easy to use and easy to modify. So if I want to change, for example, if I say, okay, menacing strike is good, but it's too cheap, I can just increase the cost and save again, and that's it. But it's not saving for some reason. Let me see what the AI says. Yeah, I'm gonna just. He gave me a new game editor. Game editor. I'm gonna save this. I hope it doesn't bugs. The new card is none. Builds a fresh dict from the editor field and appends it to the end of torso hunt cards and torso cards. Save custom register that won't corrupt hunt engine. It also registered it immediately in card by ID. Blah blah blah. Existing card, the original in place, replace behavior completely unchanged. The backup system runs in both cases, so you're protected either way. So the solution that the AI found was just making a list in the bottom of my code that already exists. Let's see if that works. I'm just gonna reload the script and hope. please work. Okay. And then I'm gonna go main menu, game editor, and then let's do this. I'm gonna go attack, and yeah, I'm gonna do the whole thing again. So I'm gonna get this mail counter, and I'm gonna change it to menacing strike. And then menacing strike is gonna be cost 1, attack, physical, and intimidation. And then the keywords is triple damage, massive damage, and then the vampirism, lifesteal here. I'm gonna auto generate, and after that I'm gonna save. It's not saving. It's still not saving. I just made a card here with the new code and still says não foi possível localizar a carta TC underline 328 no arquivo. Okay. The reason I have this Portuguese shenanigans is because I'm Brazilian, so this is why. Part of my code was made in Portuguese, at least the start of the code. That error message is coming from the existing card path, not the new card, which is means reselect. Let me look. Found it. Means no curly braces allowed, but look at torso card, the card. That's the real bug. TC328 exists in torso hunt cards, but we get selected for the hunt tab, looks card ID, and card ID is built blah blah blah. The edit card button passes tab and card ID if the user is browsing torso tab in the editor, so blah blah blah. But what if all cards is done at startup, making TC328 also appear in the hunt tab list? Then someone browsing the hunt tab could select it and the save would look like in hunt engine. Fix needs to when replacing the text. Actually, the best way to solve this is you make a new code that receives the new cards instead of trying to repurpose old codes. We can also have the game editor changes that you made, but the new cards should be saved in a standalone code. Good call. A dedicated file for editor created cards is much cleaner, no risk of corrupting the existing card list, easy to find and self-contained. Yes, of course, I am a fucking genius. So what I'm trying to explain the AI is that the AI was trying to get a file that I had for cards and put the new cards on the bottom of that file. What I want them to do now is I want them to have a new code just for the new cards. So when I make a card here and I save and it's a new card, it's gonna automatically identify it as a new card and it's gonna save in that specific file, so it doesn't corrupt other files by replacing them. So it's much cleaner. Instead of like replacing cards that I already have in the game, instead of doing that, I'm just adding more and more cards, because the idea here is I can test everything and then I can grab the code for those specific cards that I made and I can put them on a patch. For example, if I'm selling this game, I can put them on a patch and I can upload a bunch of cards in for the player. Yeah, and the AI think I'm liked my solution. So now I have the custom cards, a code, that's a new one, and I have to make some changes in the game editor. So the game editor is here. I need to make some changes in that, and then the custom cards need to be there. Let's see if it worked. This are, let's see if it's here. It should be here somehow. Where is it? Clue diary, card pool, Cernanas, pa pa pa. Where is it? Oh, strange. Okay, I'm gonna grab the custom cards again and put it here. Custom cards, there you go. I think I put the custom cards in two different places for some random reason. Let me see. No, it's just here. It's fine. So now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test again. Making games nowadays with AI assistants, it's very much understanding the logic instead of writing the logic. Because I can write parts of the logic, but it's much easier if I do it like this. So an exception has occurred, I can just copy the BB code and I send to the AI, and the AI is gonna try to understand what's going on. So it says the del fails when custom cards is empty. The for loop never runs, so CC and CCID are never defined. Okay, so he made the new custom cards code. This by the way always happens. It's need to learn to live with it. It's very uncommon to have the code exactly as it should in like from the first moment. I can save this and then I can test again, and usually it gets more problems. So let's see. If it only gets one problem, it's easy. It's fine. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing again. I'm gonna go massive damage, confirm, and what the fuck, man? What the fuck? Revertible list objects has no attribute. This is an error in the input widget. Something is passing a list instead of a string. This almost certainly gedit cost is defined by default to gedit cost, but somewhere it's getting set to a list. Let me check. Oh god, I'm gonna ignore this and see what happens. Yeah, it's ignorable. Let me go to the game. Damn it. Let me reload and then go to the game editor again. Okay, now I'm gonna test this one for edit. I'm gonna, let me see, top deck. No, I'm not gonna do that. It's gonna be double hit and then, dude, what the fuck? Making games is painful. One should know that. So if you're watching this right now and you want to make games, know it's somewhat painful. Even if you are using AI to help you code, even if you are making a copy of a game that already exists, You can be doing the most simple thing, and it's gonna be somewhat painful, you know, because it's a lot of bugs. You have to deal with the bugs. You have a lot of headache and stuff like that. So it's you have to learn to just live with it. You have to be fine with the hassle. You have to be fine with the stress and everything else. I myself, I am a senior UI UX designer, so my main thing is doing user interfaces and stuff like that. But what I understood when I started making games all by myself is that UI UX is something that doesn't really matter at the start of the game. Like, what you really need at the start of the game is you need to test the features. Uh, you need to test the gameplay and see if it's fun. You don't need to lose a lot of time making UI UX, because UI UX is it's extremely important, but it's not important for the developer, you know, because we don't care. We already accept the suffering. UI UX is very important for the player. So if I'm not showing this to my player, I don't need to, let's say, be over be a overzealing of this specific thing. I can just, I don't know, I can just make the game, and whenever I see the game works, the game is fun, everything is working fine, and then I can do UI UX, because a lot of things here will be removed, and I can just test features very fast and see what features stick and what features doesn't. For example, I made this whole clues thing here, which was part of the visual novel system that Ren'Py already have a visual novel system inside, and I made this clue system because my idea at first was making a big visual novel with clues, mystery, and murder and stuff like that. And this is a very nice system, but it's not a system fit for the game that I want to make now, because the thing is, I noticed when I was making the visual novel that was too over dependent on narrative design, and I am a narrative designer, but I didn't want to use all my time doing that. I wanted to use my time doing something else, doing more like game design, which is something that I also do. So I have worked in many companies. I have worked as a UI UX, I have worked as a game designer, I have worked as a narrative designer, and also as a game director. And right now my idea is I want to make a game all by myself. So what I want is I want to fail fast and then fix fast, and to do that, I can't care that much about UI UX. Of course, I care a bit about UI UX whenever I'm doing stuff. For example, the left panel, right panel, this whole structure here is something that it's very UI UX friendly in a way, if you are considering this type of management heavy game with a lot of features. But I'm not worried about it right now, because I know this can change. I know in the end this game could have only one panel on the left side and no panels on the right side, which is something that will probably happen, because from these features here on the left side I have abandoned a lot of it. So I had this whole relationships and affinity system already here in the project, and I removed it completely. I have this journal system that I also removed it completely. So since the only system that I have right now here that really is useful is the expedition, I can just move the expedition to this one, to this bar here, and I can just stash those two systems for another game that I will make eventually. The thing is, if I was too worried about UI UX, I would be pre-planning the whole experience from day one, which is something that I find nowadays not the best option. I used to find it the best option when coding was extremely hard. When coding was like uh, when I worked in companies and we had a lot of junior programmers, and code was very painful because you had one programmer working and another programmer working in the same group, and one guy would ruin the code of the other guy, so on and so forth. Code was very painful, so the pre-planning phase was much more important because we couldn't validate stuff fast. So we needed the game planning to be that much more robust that we would not fail. Right now, making prototypes is much easier, especially because you have AI assistance. So you can just, if you have money to pay the credits, you can just pay credits, and they will do much of the hard lift for you. As you can see, the thing here is huge, and the game editor is here. Okay, so I need to replace this and pray. And pray. I always need to pray. Oh, fuck. Damn it. Okay. I'm gonna just roll back this for now. But what I was saying is right now the idea specifically for this project is I want to make a game that has some Travian features, some the Crims features. The Crims and Travian are browser games. Have Slay the Spire combat system and a missions slash expedition system, and a city builder and the slash city manager. So I have all this thing in the same project. And gacha. So it should be a gacha game. So what I have here is I have the expedition system here. It's already working properly. I even have the auto assign and stuff like that. So this is okay. I have the merchant, which is the game shop. Uh, it's fine. It's of course the UI is terrible, but it's fine. It's fine, and eventually, what I need now is the feature. I don't need to worry about that. I have the gacha system. This one. It's working. It gets the characters. The characters go to a database. The characters upgrade whenever I get more of the same character, so it's working properly. What else? I have the war thing with the generals and stuff like that. Sadly, it's not working as intended, but eventually I'm gonna fix that. I have the city manager. The city manager is for the gaining money with time. So as you can see here, uh, see, I'm gaining already gold here, and I already have all this K, million, and gazillion thing that whenever you get a coin that is gonna get a big number, it's gonna be reduced to this. Uh, right. So I have all this thing here already in the game. And I have the hunt system that I already shown you. And the hunt system even have some little animations, because one day I said, okay, I want some animations to make the watching experience better. But of course, it's not something that I would like lose a lot of time making work. I just needed it to be okay. and I think it's okay right now. It's not two guys like stuck, and this is all code. There is nothing here. That there's not a slash, nothing. Just code, 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 code. The code generate the card, and the code tosses the card, and the card make a specific pattern of movement. This is all code, and it's fine. Eventually, it's gonna be better. Anyway, I'm gonna stop for now because I'm getting a little sleepy here. But yeah, we get back later on. Thank you very much for whoever watched this. I'm not recording this for someone to watch this right now, but I think I'm gonna start recording what I'm doing for my grandsons or something like that. Thank you very much.